lived in the same town, and in the beginning, he used to ride his bicycle over my house. He just knew from the beginning we were gonna end up together. It was a fairy tale wedding. We had everything in front of us, and it was just wonderful. Really, it was.
The wedding was perfect, the honeymoon was perfect, and everything was great. We wanted to have children right away. And yeah, we started soon after we got married.
So about 1.5 years later, after getting married, we had our daughter, Kayla.
This is the last time we'll see me like this, ever.
So within 2 months of having her, I was pregnant again with Joseph.
I knew I was pregnant, and I wanted to wait for the right moment to tell him, so I didn't tell him right away. He was shocked, you know, oh my God.
He was a 7-pound baby. He looked good. We were very happy.
Can't believe we did it again.
For a short period of time, life was perfect.
Everything went normal in the pregnancy up until 29 weeks when my water broke.
It was just a surreal experience. Isabella was about the size of my hand. She was only 2 pounds, 5 ounces.
What's the matter?
Within the first 2 weeks, he started screaming, and he wouldn't stop crying for hours and hours on end. So at 4 months of age, he started to turn gray, lose all the nutrients because he wasn't getting any. We kept repeatedly taking him to the doctor and were encouraged that he was okay, but he just wasn't.
We had come in one day and they had mentioned that she'd had a sonogram earlier that day on her head. She started becoming very lethargic, and they told us that she would probably need a blood transfusion soon.
We went to the hospital for an appointment, and we never left. We were there for 20 days. That's when they realized he was having terrible seizures, so many a day. That was all the shaking that he was doing wasn't really reflux, it was seizures.
The doctor had pulled me aside the one day and said, in all the years that we have been doing this, we have never seen a child suffer the brain damage that your daughter has suffered.
We had gone through MRIs with him, and then that's when they realized that the front part of his brain was very small. There was a big gap in between there, and he had terrible cerebral palsy, and it just kind of went downhill from there.
They told us she will never walk, talk, smile. She'll never be aware of her surroundings. She will never be able to do anything. And this was 3 days before Christmas, and it was news that was going to change the rest of our lives.
Joseph was not getting better. He wasn't able to lift his head up. He doesn't initiate anything, and that was hard. That was like a whole another grieving process, because not only do I have a disabled child, but he's really so severe that he's not going much farther. That was difficult. He went through 3 brain surgeries to relieve fluid that had accumulated. What happens to him also is that the back of his tongue collapses. It really inhibits him from getting any air.
Usually when a child is referred to us, the point of that family is usually in tremendous devastation. The difficulty and just the sadness and what they're being dealt with and lost, we do understand. And when we say that, it's not just because we read it out of a book, because many of us have gone through it, and many of us have witnessed what we see on a regular basis with the families we're working with. We have 2 services: home care services, helping families in the home with their children, and then we have Angela's House, which is a home away from home alternative. One of our main programs is called Case Management for Care at Home. We, as nurses, go into the home and try to help coordinate the umbrella of services and needs that a family has.
You need someone who knows the best supply companies and the person to speak to there, and you know, how you're going to get your oxygen, and what's going to be the best way for you, and when you go out and you need to travel, how that's going to work. They know this whole world. they're like your guardians in that way.
We have a second program which is very important. It's a respite program.
Me and my husband had absolutely no time together. No vacations, never went out, not even a movie. They assist me with respite care, so I'm able to have someone come and give me a break.
Our other program that we have is it helps with reimbursement of some of the items that are not covered by insurance or other means.
There's times where I do happen to see the bills for different things and it's astronomical. We have things that I think that we don't even realize that we pay for.
We want to be the type of agency where we can say, you know what, we'll help through other means. We'll find one way or another to get this for you.
We had gotten from ATDC actually the hospital bed, which was a great thing because we can put it on an incline to make him more comfortable. That's working out great. They help with water for his humidifier, which takes a special water to go through there.
Many families in a case will suffer financial repercussions. A community outreach tries to draw the community around them, and we assist them to do individual fundraisers.
This had been donated from one of the families. Because it's made with all of these pieces and there's only so many of them made, it would be so hard to try to get these things on our own.
We have another program which is a Helping Hands program, which is done more in a local community, both Hauppauge and Smithtown. We get some companies and different donations come through, and we get some holiday bags, and the nurses quite often will drop them off through the whole month of December.
They just made our Christmas wonderful this year. It was the middle of December. I didn't really know how we were going to do it. I was trying to buy little bits and pieces of gifts. Didn't have any money really. And they came over with a big donation.
Over the past few years, we're helping more and more kids. And with that comes the responsibility of needing more and more donations and support.
You know, they're there to say to you that you're not alone. You might feel alone at times, but even though you're in this sheltered world, we're in the sheltered world with you. You're not going to be alone in it. They've kept my morale up.
Without them, I don't know where we'd be, really.